Welcome, listeners, to Unlocking Your Truth with Dr. Lesley and Corey.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all out again tonight.
Unlocking Your Truth is a talk show about metaphysics and spirituality, and we broadcast on 101.7 FM across the Fraser Valley from 7 to 8 every Tuesday evening from CIVL, which is located on the unceded territory of the Stolo Nation.
Yes, it is.
And you can catch us on all the major podcasting platforms. You can also catch all the past episodes on my website, which is drlesleyphillips.com. And as an added bonus, if you're a real keener, you can actually join us when we pre-record the show, which we do in the same time as the show broadcasts live here in the Fraser Valley. But every Tuesday from 7 to 8, we also pre-record the show for the following week, and we live stream it to Facebook and YouTube, and it's to the Awaken Your Psychic Abilities Facebook group and my Dr. Lesley Phillips YouTube channel.
Dr. Lesley Phillips, or
yes.
Lesley Phillips.
Yeah, and tonight we're doing a show about metaphysics.
Yes, we are.
Yay. And I'm just having like an open salon where the people who are listening live can ask me any questions about metaphysics. And really, metaphysics is it kind of means, well, my definition would be it's about everything, life, the universe, and everything. In a spiritual perspective.
Isn't that the Monty Python definition of metaphysics? The world and everything?
Life, the universe, and everything. No, that's from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hitchhiker's Guide, yeah.
Yeah. Hitchhiker's Guide, which is one of my favorite all-time books, by the way. I really loved Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Anyway, so tonight is open question night. Years and years and years ago, I used to do a thing called Coffee, Tea and Intuition at one of the local coffee shops, and people could come and write all their questions on a piece of paper, and they put it in a box, and then we'd pick them out one by one. And the questions had to be about something that you wanted to expand your understanding on. So it could be like past lives or future lives, or, galactic connections, or different spiritual experiences that you had, or psychic abilities. So those are the kind of questions we're looking for tonight. We're not doing free readings in the sense of, somebody coming with a personal problem. It's more open forum to advance your understanding of metaphysics. Now, I actually wanted to do a meditation tonight. I think we did one last week, and I really want to do another one tonight, and I'll tell you why. That today is a day that people all around the world are doing a meditation called Fire the Grid. And this is about just helping channel positive energy into the planetary grid. So I thought that for the rest of the first part of the show, I'll lead you in a meditation, and then in the second two parts of the show, it's really open for you to ask your questions. And we're going to choose questions that are more of that curious nature, things that you've always wondered about. Okay, so if you are listening live, please join me in the meditation, unless you're driving or operating machinery, and then I suggest you stay focused on what you're doing. All right, so everybody, I am going to invite you to close your eyes and turn within. And take a long, slow, deep breath in. And a long, slow, deep breath out. And a long, slow, deep breath in. And out. And just take a moment as you're breathing deeply to relax. Just relax. Let go. Surrender. Be at ease. Be in a state of flow. And we're going to get ourselves grounded. And I invite you to do this by tuning into an energy center near the base of your spine. And you can create an energy connection between there and the center of the earth. So do that now. You can send a laser beam of light or a waterfall of energy cascading down to the center of the earth, flowing from near the base of your spine through the chair that you're sitting in, the floor of the room, the foundations of the building, and all of the levels and layers of the earth until it reaches the very center of the earth. And I'm also going to get you to focus your consciousness in the center of your head, because then you're sitting in the seat of the soul. You're sitting in your sixth chakra, your third eye, actually. And I want to invite you from the center of your head to be aware of the planet. So if you like, you could imagine that you are out in space looking back at the earth. Just looking at planet Earth, this glorious blue-green planet, full of life, full of beauty. And this is our home. And we live here and we're part of it. We're part of it. And what we do with our energy and our consciousness impacts the earth. And we can fill the earth full of love, or we can fill the earth full of hate and fear and greed. We can fill the earth full of joy and gratitude and celebration, or the opposite. And so we're together going to fill ourselves full of light, love, joy, gratitude, and then we're going to share this with the rest of the world. So I invite you to be aware of your heart center. And I invite you to be aware of this is a doorway to oneness. This is a doorway to interconnectedness. So be aware of the energy of your heart center and allow yourself to tune in, either because you can see the brilliant light or because you can feel that love and interconnection, or both. So sense the love and light within your heart center. And take a moment to focus on that, because what you focus on expands. And allow that love and light within your heart center to expand. Allow it to fill your entire chest. Allow it to grow as big as you. Allow it to fill your entire energy field. And be aware of yourself. You're like imagine one of those maps of the world that has pins in it. and see yourself in your location. You're grounded, you're connected to the planet, and you're this bright, shiny light. So allow yourself to be anchored into the earth and allow yourself to be radiating this love and this light. And then be aware that you are like a node in the network of humanity. Every human being is connected to every other human being. And together we are one on this great planet. So allow yourself to share this love and this light into the human consciousness grid. So just allow yourself to radiate light and to share that light that you are radiating through you to every other human being on the planet. Transmitting love, acceptance, joy, gratitude, appreciation, recognizing we are one, recognizing we are love, recognizing we are light, and any one of our fellow humans who is not in that right vibration has simply forgotten who they are. So transmit this light and love to your fellow humans and help them to remember. Touch their hearts with your heart and help them to remember. And remember, you're transmitting love. We're not asking you to take on anything here. We're asking you to share the love that you are. And this is how we change the world. We change the world by being the love and light that we are. And that love and light is automatically available to the planet. It's available to everyone that we share the planet with. And for everyone on the planet who is engaged in this meditation, it started at 3 a.m. Pacific time, I think. And it's going for 24 hours, and there's thousands and thousands of people all over the planet. And so feel the power of that transmission. Feel the amplification of so many people sharing energy, light, and love. And so see all of the connections between those thousands and thousands of people, all of those little bright pins on the map, those nodes in the network of human consciousness. See those, the light radiating out from each one, and see it joining together with all of the others, so that the planet is wrapped in a blanket of light, a blanket of light. And see that light spreading over every part of the earth, every country, every ocean. And then see the planet becoming light. See the earth full of light, radiating light. And breathe into that light that the planet is. Watch that light expand, watch it grow, watch it radiate. And so, just as you are standing out as a beacon of light on the earth is standing out as a beacon of light throughout the universe, throughout the galaxy. When you're ready, you can just release any energy down, discharge energy down your grounding cord. Focus on your breath and just feel yourself in your body, being present within your body. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and thank you so much for everyone that participated in that lovely meditation with me. I saw such light emanating from everyone and lighting up our world. So the rest of the show is dedicated to the listeners and those who are joining us live on the Awaken Your Psychic Abilities Facebook group, and my YouTube channel will get the opportunity to ask questions after we take a short break. Welcome back, listeners. I hope that all of those that are joining us live are feeling very wonderful after the opening meditation that we did. And tonight's show is all about the world of metaphysics and answering your questions on things that you have always wanted to know.
Sounds like a Woody Allen movie.
That's it. Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
No, everything you want to know about sex, we're too afraid to ask.
I was going to say, I only like Vicky Cristina Barcelona of any of the films that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I digress. Do we have questions?
Oh, we have questions. And this one's from Katie. And this is, I've seen several documentaries lately about the spiritual effects of experiences with psychedelic drugs. Do you have a perspective on this and how it relates to metaphysics?
Yes, I suppose I do. I've not taken psychedelic drugs myself, but I have looked at the idea of taking psychedelic drugs for many people who were interested in doing so. And I've had clients who have had that experience. And so, you know, I think that whether it's right for you depends on you, depends on the particular drug. One of the things I've said before, if you're taking a substance that's vibration is incompatible with yours or lower than yours, you might have an unpleasant experience. If you're taking something that's able to step you into a higher vibration, you might have a more pleasant experience. That said, I have noticed with people who are stuck or very disturbed, that sometimes having an experience with ayahuasca or something else, it can give them a kind of a jolt or a jump start and help them get over a hump, help them get over something that's been blocking them. and help them start moving. So I have definitely seen it have positive effects like that for people. However, it isn't a quick fix. It isn't, I don't like the idea of McDonald's spirituality where we go and say, well, I'll have some of that and I'll be enlightened after I have that. And so people do have amazing experiences, and then they have to come back to reality, back to their real life. And then that's the thing, is how to integrate the experience and how to move forward in life with what you've learned applied to the life that you are creating. And so I think for a lot of people, it can be, well, it's like if you've been in the energy of an intense workshop for a weekend, it feels great while you're there. And then, oh, now I'm here. So it's not an excuse to not focus on yourself, meditate, be self-aware, be responsible for yourself. But it can give you awarenesses that help you move forward. However, I would say that so can meditation. And that's been my mechanism, and that's how I teach people to evolve and connect with spirit. So you do not have to take psychedelic drugs to have those experiences. And in fact, actually, if you were interested, you could just run the vibration of the psychedelic drug and have a more gentle experience than actually taking the physical substance. But I mean, I would say, like, every day, all day long, I'm having spiritual experiences and I'm seeing a spirit and I'm communicating with angels and guides and all sorts of things. And I've never taken a psychedelic drug. That's not to say that that might not be an experience that you can benefit from. So that would be my perspective. I've seen it help people, but I also think that those people who it's helped, that's not the end of it. They have to keep doing their work. They have to keep meditating and focusing on their expansion and healing themselves. Otherwise, it becomes this amazing experience that you can never re-experience unless you keep taking the drug. And then that's not a recipe for success for anybody.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. No, I got a comment on that. I agree with that. The thing is, when you use a physical tool outside of yourself, then you need to use that physical tool mostly for life. Like it's not something that always helps you. And I've seen people, do ayahuasca in a place that's not conducive to a spiritual experience, and later on go, well, how come that was like a one-shot deal, and now I was supposed to have connected with my inner self. And it just, there's, like you say, there's ways to do it, and there's ways to stay in that spot, because it's there. I mean, everything is there to connect with. Your higher self is there to connect with. Your spirit's there to connect with. So connect with it.
I mean, I guess what it does is it potentially can give you an opportunity for a rapid healing, an opportunity for a new awareness and to transform something within you. But we are transforming for the whole of our lives. And there is not a pill that you can take that can say, oh, now I'm enlightened.
Unless it's, what was it in the Matrix, the blue one or the red one? I've taken psychedelics when I was younger, and I can tell you that I can't see how psychedelics help make you more spiritual or connect with that part of your essence. Just
Well, and I think if you're going to do it, find a genuine shaman. A genuine shaman. And I think that there's a lot on offer out there.
so once again, folks, what we're talking about is the metaphysical world, and Dr. Lesley is answering questions on that realm, as opposed to, will I meet my sweetie next year or whatever. So there might be some questions here that won't get answered.
Yeah, we're not answering personal questions tonight. So
Yeah.
make sure you ask a question that is going to answer something you're curious about.
Okay. Don't get upset with us. Don't get your question answered.
No, you can always book a reading with me.
Yeah.
If you want a personal reading.
Okay, next question is from Brian. Brian says, what is happening metaphysically to the planet in your view? Some say we're moving from 3D to 5D. People are experiencing ascension symptoms, sensations, physical discomfort, and pain, like some kind of growing pains. People are changing pretty fast. Things seem to be speeding up, and there's the cosmic effects, solar flares, shifts in the Earth's electromagnetic field, rare planetary alignments happening all at once or overlapping.
So, I mean, the short answer is I agree with all of that, Brian.
Wow.
Excuse me. I agree with all of that. That we are shifting to and it depends. Some people are using the word fifth density, and some people are using the word fifth dimension. From my perspective, we're moving in from something that's more akin to a third chakra level of interacting to more of a heart-centered level of interacting. And so we are, as we did in the opening meditation, opening up to our interconnectedness, opening up to our similarities versus our differences, learning to accept the variety of who we are, and operating from those higher vibrations and moving into a way of operating more synchronicitously, as opposed to that three-dimensional, time, space, reality, meet you at the coffee shop at 3 o'clock. It's more serendipitous and synchronicitous in terms of how we will be operating. And yes, there are all sorts of cosmic and planetary shifts. And because we're here on the surface of the earth, then it's like the lobster in the pot. So every time there's an earthquake on the planet, everyone on the planet is affected by that earthquake. Even if you live the other side of the world, that's the Earth's Kundalini, which is a highly transformative energy, shaking things up, bringing things to the surface. And so in our collective consciousness, we have things being revealed, whistleblowers in all different kinds of industries, because things are being exposed, things are being shaken up, and things that are out of alignment with the direction that we're heading in eventually have to crumble. They can't continue to exist, at least in that timeline. So what else can we say about it? And you get to choose. You get you get to choose which timeline you want to be on. And yes, sometimes the growth cycle might mean that you go through some discomfort in your body. But if you are somebody who has energy techniques like I teach, and you got a taste of those at the beginning of the show, then you can have an easier ride. So instead of being up and down and bashed about by the waves of change, you can be navigating the boat for a smoother ride. So you can learn how to ride the wave. You can learn how to deal with what growth and what symptoms come up in your system. And rather than calling them symptoms, because symptoms is what we say medically, isn't it? But this symptom, oh, take a pill, make the symptom go away. You know, I'm a victim and I've got a symptom, I've got a pain. No, it's just your body is changing. It has to adjust, and you have things stored within your system that are out of alignment with the new earth. And for you to continue to that new version of the earth, you have to shed those out of alignment things. They have to come up to the surface within you, and you have to release them. And so those are the growth cycles that can be experienced as pleasant or unpleasant, depending on how in charge of your energy you are. Anyway, that could be a whole show, couldn't it, Brian? But thank you for that question. And the short answer is, yeah, I agree with all of those things that you said. Oh,
Right.
one more thing. Because I know a lot of people say, well, what is the word? Being Pollyanna or something, you know, or see it's, you know, that, oh, you're not seeing reality because don't you know there's a war in the Ukraine? Don't you know that, you know, 46,000 people died in Turkey and Syria? All of these things. And so, you know, and isn't the world actually going in the opposite direction? What these mass world events are is they are also shaking us up. They are embedded into our reality to assist us in the awakening process. And they can be gentle or they can be harsh. So the coronavirus was an example of helping us to look at ourselves. We got to spend time with ourselves. We got to look at the systems on the planet and decide whether we felt like they were, you know, working or not working for us. It was an opportunity to create change. And depending on how much we listen and how much we make a shift, we'll get another one and another one. Like we are getting a war, a massive earthquake. And they're meant to instill compassion to help us to open our hearts. It's an opportunity for us to open our hearts. All of them are. To be grateful for each other, to help each other, to say, there for the grace of God go I, to say, namaste, the God in me sees the God in you. Every one of those situations are opportunities for people to be compassionate. They're helping us to make that choice. They're offering us the opportunity to open to compassion. Next,
it's time for a break.
well, it is. You pulled a funny face and I thought, well, Corey doesn't look like he's agreeing with me.
No, my headset's giving me a problem.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Uh,
my headset, the glasses on my headset, though, and they don't jive together.
okay, we'll be back after some messages. Welcome back, listeners. You're tuning in to Unlocking Your Truth with Dr. Lesley and Corey, and it's open question night. Everything you've ever wanted to know about metaphysics and spirituality, go ahead and ask.
And that includes all kinds of things like psychic abilities, law of attraction, um, stuff like that. Quick note from Brian. Brian says it's true that Amazonial plant root people have to have a shaman or of sorts to guide them through the process. Usually it's too much for them. It seems to bypass the normal human state and mental processes. Very true.
And that's really, I'm in my meditations, in my courses, that's what we're doing. We're teaching people to bypass the normal human state. We're teaching people not to be, no, we're not doing ayahuasca.
I was just wondering, when did we start doing ayahuasca?
No. But we are bypassing the intellect and the ego, okay, so that we can connect with the divine. And we're doing it through meditation. Without taking mind-altering substances. And actually, there's been lots of studies on the brains of meditators, and they are different. Different parts of the brain grow bigger and are focused on more. So the scientists have shown physical, mental, and emotional benefits from meditation. And there are spiritual benefits as well. So meditation is a great way to access higher consciousness.
Wonderful, thank you. This is from Lorraine. I think this fits in the purview. Can a person be reincarnated while they are still alive?
Yes. Meaning, and let me explain. Because in a way, the word reincarnation is kind of outmoded, because incarnate means in the flesh, and reincarnate is back in the flesh or in the flesh again. And when you're thinking from a linear 3D, linear timeline perspective, that kind of makes sense. Here I am in a body. Okay, now I'm not in a body. Now I'm reincarnating in a body. But from a multi-dimensional perspective, all of your incarnations are happening simultaneously. All projections from your soul and oversoul are happening at once in the eternal present moment. Now, but if we take what we're experiencing as this now moment on this version of this planet, can there be what we might call parallel lives, other bodies that are coming from the same soul as you? Yes. And that is my definition of a soul mate. It is a parallel lifetime. It is somebody that you can meet in the flesh, and they are emanating from the same soul as you. And they are not you. They have a different personality than you do, different goals, different focus, just like all of your projections of consciousness or your incarnations do. And we might assume, oh, well, if I meet another version of me, I'll get along with them just fine. Or, oh, that will be the greatest love match that ever was. And it's simply not true. The soul is seeking expansion and variety of experiences that promote expansion. You could meet somebody that was a soulmate and be challenged by them, be triggered by them. And, you know, just imagine, well, it's like looking in the mirror, and not everyone is completely happy with themselves. So that you can be triggered by that. Anyway, Lorraine, I hope that answers your question. The short answer is, yeah, you can have parallel lifetimes. You can have a lifetime that overlaps in the time frame that you are living. And probably most of us do. I know I do. I know I have other lifetimes going on at the same time on the planet. Especially when it's a time of great change and it's an opportunity to come here and benefit from the expanding energy. Like most powerful souls want multiple pieces of that. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, this is from Andarini. And Andarini says, how do we know that life challenges that we face or come across is number one, our lesson of life, or two, part of our soul agreement before our birth, or three, the effect of our life decision?
I'm just writing these down so I don't. So she said, lessons of life, part of our soul agreement, or part of our life decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, I want to say, well, what's the difference between any of those things? They're kind of all the same, but let me see if I can answer that in so everything that you experience in your life is a reflection back at you, coming back at you as a result of your vibration. Okay, as a result of your vibration. And so, and I guess based on your vibration at any one time, you will make choices, A or B. I choose path A, I choose path B. And then you will meet certain experiences along path A or path B, and they will be reflections of that choice that you made. So you create your life, you create your life challenges, and they can arise because of your choices, for sure. And yes, you can have a soul agreement with yourself, your higher being, and the body that you're in. You can have a soul agreement with other people that you are in relationship with to explore certain themes. And in the exploration of those themes, then you can encounter challenges. And I don't know what your unique definition of lessons of life are, but I would say with all of these, your goal is the same. Your goal is to basically to learn, to evolve, to expand, to learn from going through those experiences. So I don't know, does it matter that we define them as specific categories, or does it just matter that we develop conscious awareness of them and evolve as we travel through them and expand in consciousness and grow vibrationally? I hope that answers your question, Andarini, and thank you for asking it.
Okay, this is a question from Najiri. Najiri says, why is the law of attraction and manifesting so difficult for some and easy for others? Are some people born with an energetic advantage? Someone born into wealth has the vibration easily, yet there are so many deeply spiritual people who struggle with abundance. Why is that if the universe supports higher vibrations of love and goodness?
That question has as many answers as there are people.
Oh, that's great.
So have you got 8 billion minutes?
I don't think I have.
Okay. So there's some general things that I could say that often, well, let's see, where can the blocks be? It's all belief based. It's all based on, it's based on vibration and belief. So one of the places where, in quotes, spiritual people, because we're all spiritual people, spiritual people sometimes fall down when they're studying and trying to follow the law of attraction, is that they will go, well, I'm doing everything it asks me to do, and still it isn't working. And that there is their issue, because they're looking around for what they're trying to manifest, and when it doesn't show up immediately or pretty soon, they say it hasn't worked. Then they're immediately out of the vibrational alignment that they need to be in order to attract that thing. So people can't hold the vibration long enough. And they will take signs that their reality hasn't changed, that the internal shift that they've been making isn't working. But it's just an echo of the old reality. You just have to keep believing it, and holding the vibration. So that's one reason why spiritual people don't manifest things, but there can be so many other ones. Some people are really, you need to be able to receive. You need to be able to be balanced in your giving and receiving. So some people are overgivers, and that's very, very common in the group of spiritual people, in inverted commas, that they're givers, they're great givers, and they get out of balance on their giving and receiving. And they're giving and giving and giving and forgetting to receive, or be open to receiving. Because you can visualize, you can outpicture, you can do all of those exercises, but you have to be able to receive it. You also have to be grounded and in your body. So if you're airy-fairy out there in the ethers, floating in the clouds, where is that creation going to land? Okay, you have to be focused in your body, because the idea is that you're going to receive it through the body into this reality. Okay, so if you're not grounded, that can cause you an issue in being able to manifest. There's probably so many other things that I could say about this, but it's where is your vibration? What's your thoughts? What's your emotions? Look at your beliefs. Look at your behaviors. All of these things contribute to your overall vibration. And so, you might be spending half an hour in meditation a day, and then maybe you go to work and mutter under your breath, I hate my boss, and so-and-so's a complete tosser, and I don't know, whatever you do, So it's like, where's your vibration? Are you being impeccable with your vibration? That's just a few. I'm sure there's many other answers that I could give you in Jiri, but that's a few things to be getting on with, and hopefully that was helpful.
I like that term you used. You got to be impeccable with your vibration. It's like we always have the duality going on in our heads, right? Like, you deserve this. I deserve this. No, you don't. Yes, I do. No, you don't. Yes, I do. And it doesn't matter how spiritual you are, you always have this duality going on, because we have those two people rolling around in our heads. And which one is actually winning? Even though you say, oh, no, I believed it, was there a stronger voice over here going, no, you don't deserve it? Like it's a very fine line sometimes, I guess. I like that, the way you said it, though. This is from David, and it's a little bit. I'm going to massage this just a little bit, and he says he's having troubles trying to understand the abilities that he has, but also he says, "How do I know when I'm at a higher frequency?" Maybe term is, "How do I get to a higher frequency?" I'm not sure.
By how you feel. Actually, I could give you the same thing I was just talking about. Are your thoughts positive and uplifting, or are they, below the line thinking? Are your emotions tending to be higher on the emotional scale or lower on the emotional scale? Are you mostly having supporting beliefs or limiting beliefs? All of those things contribute to your vibration. And another way of saying it is, are you healing yourself or are you stuck? And I would say, as you heal yourself and as you clear your energy field, you become aware of your vibration. And so I would say that if you're asking that question, there probably is some healing or cleaning up of your vibration that you could be doing. And kind of we all could be doing all the time. But for example, in my Unlock Your Intuition course, we spend a lot of time, what I say, cleaning the dirty window, right? Because if your energy field is full of crud, you've got a dirty window and you can't see through it, right? You can't access your intuition. But if you spend time cleaning up your vibration and healing yourself, then all of a sudden you can see clearly. So your intuitive abilities naturally emerge and become more accessible and more understood as you heal yourself. And as you heal yourself, your vibration goes up, and then you reduce the vibrational gap between body and spirit as well. So you have a natural energy signature as well. And what most human beings are doing, instead of just having their natural energy signature within their system, they've collected, I don't know, some from their mother, some from their father, some from their teachers, some from their partner. And they're a mixture of things all swirling around in there, most of which is not you. And so it's getting back to you and your unique self. Hopefully that makes sense.
I just want to add a small thing on there. A lot of people, when they talk about frequency, they talk about, your radio channeling, getting it into the right spot. But if you actually look what adjusts the frequency, it's a rheostat. It's actually a variable resistor. So depending on the resistance, your frequency changes. So it's a matter of being able to control the resistance you have towards it as well, and bring it down. But that's all I want to say, because that's it for tonight. And over the next week, I'm going to try to talk Dr. Lesley into doing it next week's show on a channeling next week's show, doing a live channel. She doesn't think she wants to, but I'm going to try.
I don't want to. So thank you for that, Corey.
And folks, if you enjoyed the show, please give us a like, or whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. And now you get a chance to say goodbye, Dr. Lesley.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.
Bye-bye now. Take care.